Hello and welcome back to Brock's Basement. This is going to be my comic book pull list for the week of August 28th, 2024. Last week of August. So, got a couple things like previews and it's the end of the month, all that fun stuff. But let's get right into it because it's a decent sized week for me. First up, we have Archie the Decision. This is by Tom King with art by Dan Parent. So if you're an Archie fan, check it out. If you're a Tom King fan, check it out. Dan Parent fan, check it out. You should just check it out. It's Archie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Next up, we have Batman Brave and the Bold, number 16. Much like Batman Urban Legends, I'm behind on this one because I'm way behind on Urban Legends. Next up, we have Batman Offworld, number 5, the Jason Aaron book. Think I'm caught up with it, but I've enjoyed what I've read so far. I think there's maybe one more issue to it, but yeah, it's pretty good. Next up, we have Berserker, the Lost Book of B. So these are Berserkers coming out in these one-shot things. It's pretty cool. The price, though, is I think what is the dampening thing because this is $10, and yeah, this feels more like a $7.99 versus $10. But what can you do? Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1088, getting up there in those numbers for Detective. I have been lacking on getting caught up with my DC books on the DC Unlimited. DC Infinite, but hopefully I can get into a routine where I'm getting caught up on those at my day job. So we'll see. Next up, we have Flash Gordon number 2, the Jeremy Adams stuff. Read the first issue, liked it, so I'm going to check it out. I think it's a 4-issue mini, so we'll see where it goes. Next up, we have Gotham City Sirens, 4 of 4. And so I'm caught up with this one because it came out weekly, so I plowed through and made sure to read them. That's okay. So I'm curious to see how it ends. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting concept in there, but the execution I think is necessarily going to be the best. Next up, we have Green Arrow number 15. It's part of the Absolute Power, so it's an Absolute Power tie-in. So yeah, there's a couple Absolute Power books, but I am not getting the tie-in books. I'm not getting Origins. I think which issue 2 came out. The first issue was okay. I forgot to grab a copy to read, but there'll probably be copies. So, but yeah, and Task Force 7. I read the first one. No interest. So, yeah. Next up, we have Hello Darkness number 2. This is supposed to be a horror kind of thing, anthology thing. So I have not yet checked it out. I have issue 1 actually over on my pile over there to read. So now I have 2 issues, and I got to kind of get caught up. I've been mainly getting them for the covers because the covers are pretty cool. But I'm really curious to see what the creators like Garth Ennis and Becky Clonan, I'm horrible with names, have in store. So yeah. Next up, we have The Hunger in the Dusk, issue 2. This is an amazing series. The first books are great, 1 through 6, and then this has so far been jumping right back into it. So if you like fantasy, definitely something to check out. Next up, we have Nice House by the Sea number 2. I need to read Nice House by the Lake, all of it. So that's how much Nice House I'm behind on. I've heard really good things about Nice House on a Lake, so I need to actually just focus and read it. Next up, we have Power Girl number 12. I'm 5 issues or so behind on that, so need to get to it. Next up, we have Sacrificers number 11. I'm caught up with Sacrificers. This is really, really good. Rick Remender's knocking it out of the park with this series. If you have not yet checked it out, I highly, highly recommend finding it or getting a copy of the first trade. It's good stuff. Speaking of books that are people like, Saga is back. This is issue 68. It was on hiatus for a year, came back, and now we're chugging along for the next story arc. So that's how we're doing it. Next up, we have Something is Killing the Children, number 40. They've just been doing these one-shot issues for a bit. It kind of has the Boys vibes. About this time in the numbering, Boys ended up having one-shot issues and origin issues. So I'm curious to see where these all go, but I'm very reminiscent of the Boys single issues. Next up, we have Void Rivals number 12. I'm a couple issues behind now, but I've been trying to stay current on most of the Energon Universe stuff, and it's been fantastic. So if you have not yet checked it out, I do highly recommend it. It is good stuff. Next up, we have a distillery book, and that is Scott Snyder and Francesco Francavilla, The White Boat. Issue 1 was really, really good, so I'm checking out issue 2. I think it's 3 issues total, but if you haven't checked it out, I do recommend it. It was good. And this is oversized, so I'm going to put you down here. And we got 2 more on the I told you it was a decent size this week. Next up, we have a Black Label book, and that's Zatanna Bringing Down the House. This is book 3. I'm caught up, so I just finished issue 2 on Sunday, so can't wait to dive into issue 3. The Black Label stuff is funny to me because it's supposed to be from like a more mature line and all that, but they bleep swear words. I don't understand why you're bleeping swear words in a Black Label. It's supposed to be that way. So it's very confusing, DC. So I don't know. But yeah. And then finally, we have, I know, what do you have after Zatanna? We have a 0-hour 30th anniversary special. So I snagged that one up because, old nostalgia for 0 hour and all that fun stuff. So that's the stuff that I picked up for myself. I did grab a whole bunch of variants, so let's get through those. First up is Batman Offworld number 5. Dan Mora had an awesome variant, so I snagged that one up. Gotham City Sirens, of course, had a ton of variants. The B cover is the Gillian March connecting cover, so this is Punchline 1. And then we had the W. Scott Forbes C cover right there with all the interesting outfits. And then we had the Jin Lee variant for Punchline there. And then they had I don't remember what number this is, but it's the weird foil connecting. So that's all the Gotham City Sirens number 4s. I did grab the Jenny Frison, I think it's the B cover for Hello Darkness. So I snagged that one up. And then I got the B cover for Something is Killing the Children by Jenny Frison right there. Gillian March did a D cover for Something is Killing the Children 40, so I snagged that one up as well. And then Zatanna, I picked up the Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson cover there. And the 1 in 25 Latoya variant. Snag that one up as well for the Zatanna one. I did get one book to bring home to read to check it out, and that is Aliens versus Avengers. It's written by Jonathan Hickman, so I was going to give it a try and see what it's like. But after seeing Alien Romulus, I'm kind of in Alien vein, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I did read the Wolverine Revenge by Jonathan Hickman. It wasn't bad. I'm curious to read issue 2, but we'll see how much more I get past on that. I did grab a trade this week, and it is a Marvel trade. I know that's weird, but I picked up the Chip Zdarsky and Daniel Acuna's Avengers Twilight, the very, 1984 kind of world is controlled, all that stuff, and Steve Rogers has to come basically, free it. So, but yeah, really enjoyed the series. I picked it up and read it. This is one of the books that Marvel books I picked up and actually read recently, but really good. I liked it, so I grabbed the trade copy, so I have it for my library. And I also picked up a facsimile this week, and it is the Superman versus Muhammad Ali facsimile reprint that has the wonderful crowd shot of all the people in the crowd, and everyone is listed here who is on those pages, as you can see. It's $14.99, and you'll have to try and track down treasury size bags and treasury size boards. But they've been reprinting these large ones, and it's really cool to kind of get them in the old style. And it's the big, ginormous, just paper, and the paper is newsprint. It's really cool. It's super glossy on the cover, which is fine because that's kind of they want to make it very different from the actual, copy that, even though the cover price is there and this has a barcode now. But yeah, really excited I grabbed this one. There's a whole bunch of them coming down the pipeline. So check out your stores, check out the, solicitations for DC. That stuff's going to be in there as well. I splurged a little bit in this month, considering it's my birthday month. So this came in, and of course the DC versus Marvel stuff's omnibuses are coming in. I think that's next week. Oh God, shoot me. But I ended up getting the IDW puts these artist editions out. So this is the DC Legends artist edition for Jim Lee, right there. It's in the box. This is basically what it looks like. It's just an artist edition for DC, Jim Lee's DC work. I was wondering, I thought I had bought this already, and I kind of had. I already own the Artifact edition of this. So I need to look up and see what the differences are. and whether or not I'm going to keep both or if I'm going to get rid of one. But I have the artist edition and I have the artifact edition, so got to figure out what the differences of in those are. But that was it was pretty funny, just me going, I thought I ordered this. Didn't this already come out? And it did. It's just it came out, and yeah, yeah. But we'll see. So, but yeah, got some artist editions with it. That's pretty cool. But it's also the end of the month, and at the end of the month we have previews. So I'll go through the little books first. We did not get Marvel previews for some odd reason. We got Marvel kind of needs. It's called must-haves, but it's really not. But we got the IDW catalog for September. This is stuff on sale in November, and it looks like some of the stuff in December. So there's that. And then the DC Connect came out. This is DC Connect 52. And again, this is stuff on sale, or September issue on sale in November. I'm guessing a little bit in December. And of course, previews, issue 432 for September. This is stuff coming out in November as well. And they got a nice DuckTales on one side and Power Rangers on the other. But this is how you manually will look for stuff. This is the fun solicitation you want to look through. So if your ordering from your store in an archaic way, that's the way you're going to do it. The hub will have this stuff updated probably by Thursday at the latest. I normally check previews that weekend or the following week, but I'll probably flip through this and dog the pages. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're picking up, any questions, comments, what you're liking, all that stuff. Please keep it nice. Internet being a crappy place with, fandom and all that. But yeah, so you can listen to you can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording an episode. I can't remember the number. We were up very, very late recording 2 hours with some special guests that were actually on the East Coast, so they were up even longer. But we talked GalaxyCon and Cape and Cal Con, the Cape and Cal Expo Con, whatever. It's the convention or the little get together that Cape and Cal does, and that is a comic book store up in Oakland. And I've been there. Great shop. Go check it out if you are in the East Bay and in Oakland, Cape and Cal. But they had a little thing. I didn't go, but a couple of the guys did, so we talk about that. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking on any of the Amazon links below. This week will probably feature the Avengers Twilight trade and most likely the IDW artist edition for Jim Lee's DC Legends stuff. That one will probably sell out on Amazon. Who knows? So I don't know how long that link will be good, but I'll have those two linked on there. And you can go over to my eBay page, Brock's Basement over on eBay, and see what I'm purging or getting rid of. I've been trying to get better at getting stuff up, but I've failed miserably. But it's in the attempt. I did get something up this weekend. I purged out the Animosity trade, so I have the first volume of Animosity, the 1 through 6s, on there. So yeah. You can follow me on social media. On Bluesky and Twitter, I'm brocksager. On Instagram, it's Brock's Basement, Brock's with an apostrophe space basement. On TikTok, it's Brock's no apostrophe .basement. So you can find me on the social media, all that fun stuff. It's warm in here. But it's just so warm. I don't know why it gets so warm. It's probably because I have lights on. But thanks for watching. See you next week.